Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Got a great video planned out for you guys. And as I did state in the thumbnail, yes, we are going to be talking about a very controversial subject, $1,000 silver. I wanted to talk about that because there was a awesome comment that was put up that led to a long, I won't say a long, but a lot of comments underneath it. It was a good going thread where people were for, people were against, and I kind of wanted to weigh in a little on this. And it's something that I don't generally talk about, and there's a good reason why. Because if I talk about $1,000 silver, that's going to get someone's hopes up, thinking it's going to happen tomorrow, and it's probably not going to happen tomorrow. I got to say that. And it's also going to irritate some people that are totally don't believe it can happen. So I kind of wanted to weigh in today and say right off that, you know, this is going to be controversial for some people. In order to start this off, I'm going to read some of the comments that were on this thread because I thought it was a great thread. It was on one of my other videos. And before I do, I'd like to take a quick minute to ask you guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please help me out by hitting that subscribe button. It helps me out more than you know. I'm trying to grow the channel. I've got over 3,500 videos up, and I put a lot of work into it. I put videos and shorts up on a regular daily basis. And just you hitting that subscribe button helps me out. Hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. You can weigh in on this. I love to hear everybody's opinion. And I'd also like to say a special thank you to all the members of the channel. We will be doing our free silver event here probably in the next week. If you're not a member and you'd like to become a member, I'm sorry, this weekend, my bad. If you're not a member and you'd like to become a member, it's only $1.99 to become a member, and it's a lot of fun. Plus, we're going to be running an awesome event for the Super Bowl next month, which somebody's going to win some free silver there too. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and for $1.99, it's well worth it. With that being said, let's jump in right off and get talking about this. Before I do, I'd like to take a quick minute and say silver price right now trading at $30.56. Not really doing much today. Gold holding pretty well at $27.50, doing really well. And a lot of people are talking that, you know, hey, I think gold is a better option because it's been doing what it's supposed to do. Before I even get started, I got to say, though, remember last year, gold got fired up at the beginning of the year. Silver didn't actually start climbing until the end of February. So it basically got almost a 6-week head start, gold did, over silver. And then all of a sudden, it took off, and silver did better last year than gold. So who knows what's going to happen this year if we're seeing the same pattern play out this year that we saw last year. With that being said, let's get on this comment. So I'm going to read the comment first. The initial comment that started this off, spirit filled by mindset. Actually, it is very possible silver could hit $1,000. It may take a bit of time or revaluation, but it wouldn't surprise me. Now I'm going to continue down reading some of these other ones. $1,000 silver will never happen. The manipulators will never let that happen. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud by the millionth power, somebody said. Let's see. People don't understand how fast all the crypto paper, silver, and stocks can just be wiped out. And that is true. I'm with you, man. A 10 or 20x can definitely happen. Seems not only possible, but justified pretty soon. Silver $1,000 means gold would have to probably be $100,000. I kind of disagree with that, and I'll tell you my thoughts on that in just a minute. Somebody else said 10 or 20x would be more like $300 silver, $600 silver. I wonder how much gas would cost at that point, though. Okay, so let's get talking about this. So as I look through this comment, the first thing I've got to say is $1,000 silver. Yes, I do believe it's possible, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So in order to tell you guys why, the first thing I want to do is tear down the negative comments and basically cross out why I disagree with a certain negative. If someone put up a negative comment against it, and I don't mean negative, I mean a comment against $1,000 silver, I would definitely evaluate it if it makes sense. So $1,000 silver will never happen. Manipulators won't let that happen. Now, here's the thing. The people that manipulate silver, a lot of people think that they're just manipulating silver solely just to make cash profits in fiat currency. That's not the case. In fact, JP Morgan is holding one of the largest silver stacks that's ever been held, a physical silver. Think about that for a minute. Why are they buying physical silver and then manipulating it up and down and all around? Now, do they manipulate it up and down? Yes, they do. If someone is about ready to put a big order and they can jump that order and get in front of it, they can buy in front, and then when their order goes in to sell, to buy the next person, then they can sell the stuff they just bought and profit. I mean, you think about some of these big orders and what just a dollar means, a fraction. I mean, when these contracts, some of them are being done in 5,000 ounce contracts, a small amount of money adds up. So the manipulators, I believe, are manipulating it down so they can acquire more. And while this is going on, they are playing the field. They're playing both sides of the line. Laugh out loud. I mean, there's not really anything I can comment against that. I mean, some people are going to have the belief that that can never happen. And it's going to take some what ifs that I'm going to get into here in just a minute. What if to the million, laugh out loud to the million power. And then the last comment, silver at 1,000 means that gold would have to be 100,000. No. And I disagree with that, because even if you took today's price, 90 to 1, that would mean gold would have to be 90,000. But this 90 to 1 ratio that we see now is unrealistic. It's unrealistic because the only reason it's there is because of the manipulation that's been happening. If it wasn't for all this manipulation, we would not see this. It doesn't come out of the ground at 90 to 1. It definitely gets used a whole lot more than gold, which means that it's running out. Is it running out that you're not going to be able to find it? Of course not, because there are people out there that are holding big stacks, and quite frankly, they would sell their stack for the right amount of money. I mean, I've been stacking for a while. I would sell half my stack for the right amount of money. Would I ever sell my whole stack? No. And some people might argue, well, why would you even sell part of your stack? Because I could do a lot with that money. I could take that money and buy a homestead. I could prep in other ways for future generations. That is not silver. Silver is not going to be the only thing that saves us. And saves us from, I guess you can, I don't want to say slavery, but saves us just from being well off. I mean, silver has not been the only thing. Gold has been a factor. Silver's been a factor. Even copper has played a role in the monetary system. But demand for other metals is growing. In fact, real quick, I'm going to pull up something just so you guys can take a look. This is the 65 metals and alloys ranked by cost per ounce. Now, I know right off, some of y'all are like 65 by ounce. So some of these metals, when I read through them, we're going to go all the way to the bottom real quick. I mean, magnesium, obviously magnesium's super cheap. They don't sell it by the ounce. I mean, you could buy it by an ounce, but you're talking a fraction of a cent. Iron ore, cast iron, steel, stainless steel, carbon steel, lead, so on and so on, lithium. I'm not going to read through every metal, but let's come up to the top real quick. And keep in mind, prices on this, they made this chart. The prices on this are not entirely accurate because this chart was made a little while ago. Number one kind of shocked me. Californium? I've never heard that. But as I move down, you know, we've got gold at 6th. We've got platinum at 7, palladium at 8, silver at 12th. For how much we use silver in our everyday needs. I mean, everybody has a piece of silver on them, probably right now. You're probably watching this on either a cell phone or on a computer. Those computer circuit boards have silver in it. And that silver generally does not get recycled. It gets tossed. How many people have thrown away their phones, thrown away an old computer, it's outdated. It gets lost forever. And so once you understand that the silver demand, it can spike. And now, how could we see $1,000 silver though? First of all, you have to understand what is taking a lot of the money today. What is absorbing? Why are we not seeing huge amounts of money floating around and inflation like we can't even imagine? Because a lot of that money is getting absorbed into crypto. Even, I'm going to say, everyday people that I know that live paycheck to paycheck are managing to squeeze a little bit of money, of their hard-earned money, and put it into cryptos. Why? Because cryptos are easy to invest in. I mean, silver is easy to invest in too, but a lot of people don't have the education about silver and gold because they hear, though, on the news, cryptocurrencies. Robinhood. A lot of the people that have invested in stocks and bonds are now talking about crypto. Why? Because it has gone up so much. Bitcoin is $100,000. It's actually 102 right now, $102,000. A lot of people wish they had gotten in sooner. I would be a liar if I told you I didn't wish I had gotten in a little bit sooner. Here's the thing, though. I think it's overpriced now. I mean, I would have loved, looking back at it, to have bought it when it was $400 when I first heard about it. But it didn't make sense to me then. And don't get me wrong, it was hard to get into. A lot of everyday people didn't know how to get into cryptos. I mean, even some of the tokens that I have gotten into just to gamble, they were difficult. I had to put my money through Binance, and then I had to send it over to Pancake Swap, and then buy the coin. I had to put it in a private trust wallet. That way I could hold it, because a lot of major companies like Coinbase and Robinhood didn't make it easy like they do today. A lot of these companies have made it easy to convince people to pour their money into these things. I mean, you take a company like Robinhood. Robinhood doesn't buy and sell like you think. A lot of people think Robinhood, every time you sell some coins, oh, they're selling it. They ain't selling it. They're just holding it. They're just making a commission off of moving it from your account to their account, and then to somebody else's account. They make another commission. Anytime someone sells, it just goes into that pot. And eventually that pot of coins pays itself off every time someone moves it over. Almost like if I had a business where I was just trading gold for silver, and that's all I did. Somebody comes to me and they want some gold and they want to trade me silver. Okay, but I'm going to hit a little commission. Then someone else comes. The stack in front of me is only growing in value. And that's exactly what these companies are basically doing. But the truth of the matter is, it's got huge promotion behind it. If something bad happens to cryptocurrencies, you will see money flood into precious metals like never before. Now, here's the thing. I look at it like I can't guarantee something bad is going to happen to cryptos. But it doesn't even have to just be that. There are a lot of other factors that could push silver to a higher level. Let's talk about the manipulations. And someone specifically brought up the manipulators won't let that happen. I'm convinced at a certain point, they're going to want it to happen. But let's put that theory aside. Because someone might make an argument, they're not stacking physical silver. Okay, maybe we'll put that argument to rest for a minute. If the manipulators manipulate the price of silver, it's like tomorrow somebody manipulates the price of new vehicles. If a new vehicle was $10,000, even though that's not the right price, what would happen? Well, people would probably go and buy a brand new vehicle because the price seems too low. And then all of a sudden, car dealerships would run out of new vehicles. Eventually, there wouldn't be no new vehicles to buy because everybody would be driving new vehicles. The same thing can be said with silver. Eventually, they will run out of silver. Now, does that mean there won't be silver out there? No, just like there's still new cars out there in the scenario I just gave you, there will still be silver out there. But at what price will the people that hold it let it go? I'm not going to let my silver go for $30. I won't let it go for $40. I have said in the past I would consider selling some silver at $50. Why? Because I have overbought. I have bought a lot of silver, and if the right opportunity comes up, I would be willing to sell some of that silver and move the money to gold. I would sell some of that silver maybe and buy me a new vehicle. I would sell some of that silver and do things that I believe would benefit me in the long run. Maybe a nice piece of farmland. Who knows? You know, the idea that it can't happen is what is ridiculous to me. We have seen metals skyrocket in history, usually when something bad happens. And I know some people just can't fathom something bad happens, but someone left me a comment tonight that I replied back to. Until something bad happens in your country, you can't understand the possibilities because you haven't experienced the lesson that you've learned. You haven't learned that lesson yet. The average person out there can't learn a lesson from someone else. They have to have it happen to them before they learn the lesson. Case in point, look at Venezuela. Well, this ain't Venezuela is what some people will tell you. Look at Weimar Germany. Oh, this ain't Weimar Germany. You know, Zimbabwe, Cyprus, Lebanon. The list goes on. A lot of countries have seen this happen. But it has never happened here in America on a large scale. But the truth of the matter is, we hold the world reserve currency. When it does happen here, anybody out there in other countries that are holding dollars, and you do see countries holding dollars still. I mean, yes, countries are moving away from them, but there are countries out there that are still holding them. And there's individuals that are still holding them. I talked to a kid online one day that he was in Venezuela, and he sent me pictures of his US dollar bill collection. He's a stacker, but he also holds dollar bills. And I found it comical a little bit because he understands what gold and silver is because he's seen it firsthand. His country's currency go down the tubes and everybody wanted gold and silver or US dollars. So he had a nice little collection of US dollars. He only had maybe $100 worth, you know, all small bills. He said he likes 1s, 2s, and 5s because it's easy to barter those items. But he also likes gold and silver because people will accept that for food or for items that he needs. And so, but the fact that he was saving US dollars, I found comical because a lot of people around the world still think it can't happen to the United States. The truth of the matter is, when something bad happens in the United States, there will be a lot of money flowing into precious metals. Do you think it is really impossible to see the United States fall a peg or two? Do I want to see it happen? Absolutely not. But is it possible? Every great empire has basically fallen to another empire. Whether you go back far enough, maybe it was Britain, maybe it was France, maybe it was Rome, maybe it was China. Although, actually, now that I think about it, I can't think of China anywhere in history having a world superpower as like they are today. You know, Russia, all these countries, you know, have been kind of on the top at one point or another. In the U.S. we've experienced a good run. And if you're an American, you've lived in a good period of time and an opportunity period of time because you have the opportunity to trade fiat dollars for silver and gold at cheap prices. In fact, gold and silver in the United States is some of the cheapest around the world. Why do you think that is? Because people value the dollar over gold and silver. If you live in Europe, you don't value your currency over gold and silver maybe, especially if you're a stacker. However, you have to understand what's going on and the possibility when people start moving into precious metals, we could see huge gains. Now, Do I think that gold is going to be $3,000 and silver is going to be $1,000? No, that would be ridiculous, because nobody would be buying silver at $3,000 gold and silver at $1,000. I would just be buying gold. Although some people out there, I shouldn't say it's ridiculous, because some people believe we could see a 1-to-1 ratio. Personally, I don't think that will happen in any of our lifetimes. Anybody watching this, even if you're 10 years old, I don't think you'll experience a 1-to-1 ratio. However, with that being said, let's just say gold goes up to, I don't know, $20,000 and silver goes up to $1,000. That is believable. And once you understand that, then you understand the way the game is. So with that being said, I don't want the video to be too long. I'm hoping it ain't. Let me check time real quick. 20 minutes. Perfect timing. I like that. With that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out more than you know. If you're not subscribed and you hit that subscribe button, I can't thank you enough. And for those of you guys that do want to take the time to become a member, you can just hit that join button below. It's only $1.99, and every month you will have a shot at getting a really cool prize. And plus your comments go right to my phone, so I get to see all y'all's comments. Thank you all for watching. Not replies, only comments. For some reason, it's the way it's set up. I thank you all for watching and commenting and hitting that thumbs up and subscribing. And I hope you all have a great day. Thank you all for watching, and consider stacking. It's going to be beneficial to you in the long run, I believe. Thank you. Have a great day.